So, hello and welcome to my live reaction of My Hero Academia, chapter 129. And I was kind of like, in the ending of the last chapter, see what happened now, because you kind of run into the enemy last chapter, right? So it's kind of weird. So we'll see what's happened, but I'm a little iffy on that side last time, so yeah. I think he's nervous. It's kind of weird as a way here, because they're not starting where the last chapter ended. Like, the last chapter ended with him running into the Yakuza, right? I think he's like talking to on the street there. It's kind of weird. Not a fan of that, I have to say, honestly. Every chapter's name, so I think that's obviously a girl. She's running into the last chapter. You see some bunny chicks and stuff like that, you know. A lot of furries in Academia world, yeah. Yeah, patrolling. Oh yeah, so yeah, exactly. He's like Deku. Deku's your name, as it means, yeah, like the shitty name, Lumillion. Okay, that is his actual hero name, Lumillion. I want to say a million of people, yeah, so Lumillion. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, so now we're jumping into the next ended here, yeah. So leader of the ape, that. Yeah, and here's a kind of like touch someone and they explode. He's super overpowered. Okay, it's his daughter? I wonder if he's too young to have a daughter. Like, is this actually his daughter, or more like, you know, like someone he is in his family, like a Yakuza family? Yeah, I mean, you know, with that plague doctor mask, he looks so friendly, right? Oh my god, it's back! It's back! It's back! The super ugly All Might mask. Who's like looking at All Might hair? Oh my god, it's so ugly. So Togat doesn't seem to be. Yeah, trying to act like they're all friendly. It's like, oh, new heroes, how fun! They're all like, yes. Oh, you're a leader of Yakuza, how nice! It's like, yeah. Like, obviously, the Yakuza has a kind of front side, right? But they're not actually doing crime, right? But they're some kind of, you know, I don't know, cleaning or something. Yeah. Yeah, it was the first certain. Yeah, let's mention the actual leader. Yeah, that's a good idea. Mention that as yeah. The girl she's on go. She looks very distressed, of course. That, I mean, she's everywhere, obviously, I think. As you see the name. A hard time you seeing him have a daughter, and it's like, it's really a lie. Yeah. And he's like, let's go. This is mystery, just benches. But you can have any kind of random power, right? In this universe, you could have any random power. So it could be like a grown-up that can turn a kid, or you don't know really. It could be a trick. So it's interesting to see what happens there. The classic abusive thing. I'm laughing, but it's like, oh, she falls down a lot. I never hate her. She used to have a lot of adventure because she falls over all the time at home. It's like she wasn't endorsed, you know. So they're very classic, very classic. And I was like, no, that happens. Deku don't go, of course, but he's a real hero. Deku will not let it go. He's a frightened child. I have to fight this guy. We are heroes. Uh-oh. Follow me into the dark alley? Like, really? Can you please follow me in here? It's like complete dark. Yes, it's nothing can happen here. No, Togata is like the strongest guy they have at the school, so he should be able to beat him. He's a super overpowered, right? his power is horribly scary, but it's like, yeah, he can use it in such a good way, so it should be going scared of this. Yeah, see, I think it's a pretty clear case. Like, he starts to move his gloves. She sees that, right? And she's like, no, I'm okay. So I think it's very clear here that she's understanding that, or understanding she's probably well aware of his power of killing people with touching them, right? So as soon as she sees him like, okay, I'm gonna fight them, she then, of course, pretends it's okay because she won't kill them, right? Because she wanna protect Deku and Togata from being killed, right? So it's very one of those classic. She's well aware of her abusive, possibly father, and his very, very strong power strike. She's like, oh no, I'm fine now. So yeah, very. I think that's very clear there. She saw him get ready to battle, and then she was like, no, I'm fine. Yeah, and she pretends it's fine, of course. Yeah, Togata is so weird. Yeah, I wonder what his power is. that guy got killed, yeah, like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, what, bam, in this kid, yeah. This guy has some serious powers. It's like, touch one person and die, right? His powers are insanely overpowered. Like, see, he didn't have his best power so far in the whole fucking manga. Like, he touches you and you died. He just punched that guy, like, he slapped him, and then he also exploded his body, right? Just like him being from Mythologian. It's like that's a kind of ridiculous power. Like, how would you beat him? If you touch you're dead in one ability. Compared to like Killer, right? Or Stain, which he can touch you and you get your blood, then you're paralyzed. Like, that is good, but it's like he touches you and die. Like, that is just better. It's just better. That is very, very good. Yeah, she has the hero syndrome, and then she's afraid to kill that guy. She's the key to the plan, it says. And now he's being called by Shigaraki. Of course, is the guy with like all the hands, right? We can petrify you if it touches you. Kind of short chapter. I felt at the beginning was kind of the first few pages is kind of like, oh, here we see something before they run into him. It's just kind of unnecessary, actually. So there was just kind of filling out the pages, if you ask me. And then you had the part there when he was like, yeah, okay, let's talk to them. It was pretty good though. Pretty good. Like, it didn't feel very, very original though. Because I mean, if you watch any like Law and Order or whatever, you've seen those things before where someone is being abused and it's like, oh, but I will pretend that I'm not abused anymore because of this reason. Like, or they have to kind of how they can intimidate them or threaten them so they can stop talking to the cops or whatever. So it's kind of like, yeah, and Togata picked up on that. That was great. He's more experienced and seems to be a really intelligent guy, but Muteko is more like, oh, fight everything that's evil and so on. So he's more using the brain more, right? More than just going at it. So that was good, but not very original. And yeah, like the whole chapter felt very short because of that. Because that we used to see pretty much. That kind of dialogue, and that went for like a few pages, right? And then after that was done, it went into like, okay, let's just we understand that she has some really good powers. I mean, I think it's very clear that Eri has some very strong powers, and also what likely was she isn't his daughter. She might be his daughter, but she probably is some person they know has some very important powers, which they have enslaved and training up. Possibly he could be from his family, could be his daughter, but I don't think it has to be that at all. But very well could be, but I don't think so. It would be interesting though if he like taught his own daughter to get someone ever like get her to focus on power or something. And of course, when I read My Academia, you all think about like mutants and X-Men and so on. I have some X-Men posters here, and that again it's some X-Men thing. It's an X-Men mutant thing. It's like, oh, you have mutant powers, but you only have like this potential. So I can torture you, so you get more potential. And that's a typical X-Men storyline. Oh god, I've seen that a lot before X-Men. Where like someone, like particularly Magneto and whatever, so on, they have kids, right, and they're like, well, my son or daughter has amount of power, but they should be able to do this much with the reality of power or this power and so on. So let's just do this to them, or like train them at this or something, and then they can, you know, excel and become better, right? So you can fight for me and so on. So yeah, that's very classic there. But yeah, I think a pretty short chapter. Not a bad chapter, but just kind of short. And I like the whole thing there where Decker's like, oh, I'm a protector. But she is like, no, she's like, not doing that. So she just, yeah, and so it's pretty good. But I've seen it, it feels like I've seen it so much before in those random, like, you know, cop drama, kind of, especially like special victim units in Law and Order. I think, you know, oh my god, this series is like, it could be like every 4 episode pretty much of Law and Order is like that. So I was like, yeah, I've seen this before. Of course, again, there's his power is like you slap someone and kill them. And I guess kind of the ending is interesting to know. It is how the recipe is in the and also what power she has. Obviously, some great quirk because he's like, we have to use you to win, or you know, for the plan. So it's very interesting. She probably has a very, very good quirk then. Like she's probably an extremely powerful quirk, right? And that's what I see again, like an X-Men story is because it's like here's a kid or mutant or whatever more thing. Here's a kid who can't use the powers, but everyone who knows them is like, oh my god, this guy has so good powers. So even if she's on like 5 or whatever, we can use that version as a huge advantage if we can force the powers out, right? So it's a very common thing, very common trope, because instead of having a grown-up who has used the powers for 20 years and have perfect control of it, we had this other kid, we had this little kid with like amazing potential, right? So we're gonna force the potential out because we need it now. So it's very, very common storyline. So not a very good chapter, I have to say. I guess so. Like okay, like 6 or 10. So I think it was pretty weak because they went first with the padding in the beginning, then just one pretty much storyline and the ending. It felt like I could read this whole storyline in 2 pages. Like the whole dialogue with her, like 3 pages. The dialogue, she pretending to not be hurt anymore, so he won't kill her, and then the last page, which is like, this guy's calling you Shigaki, right? The other evil guy, and like her powers were important. Like that felt like that was that thing, right? So yeah, pretty much mediocre chapter to me. But yeah, see you guys next week. I felt a little bad, and I was just waiting for this chapter for 2 weeks, right? And now it gets here, it's like, okay. So yeah, see you guys next week.